All right. Check it out, YouTube. What's good? First off, make sure you like and subscribe this video if you want more content about how to DJ, learning how to DJ, everything to do with DJing. Like and subscribe to the video right now because we just getting started. This is the DJ Connect. We have a free Facebook group where I teach live every single Wednesday. So whenever you see this video, it should be tomorrow, but every single Wednesday, 2 p.m., I teach live in the DJ Connect Facebook group. Let's go. So today we're going to be talking about crates. Like everyone wants to talk about crates. Everyone wants like the easy magic key to just like having amazing crates, and that's it. Like you can see right here, like my crates are still a mess. Over 20 years in the game, your crates are always going to be a mess. No matter what, it's always a work in progress, because it always depends like what kind of event you're doing, like where are you going right now. Every kind of event is going to be different. So I actually have like numerous different crate styles. I have this one called Queen Sports. It's more of like a older top 40 club versus like I would never be playing EDM there, so it has its own crate. Everything's gonna have its own crate structure, and I think that's one of the most important things you need to learn as a DJ. First and foremost is that this is the golden key. If you guys are checking the podcast, you'll hear this, but as a DJ, the number one golden key is that it is never about you. You don't get to play the kind of music that you want to play. Like you do get to add your flavor in no matter what. You're always going to be able to do that. And that's what makes us different as DJs. We all have access to the same kinds of music. We all have everything that we need. But what makes us different is how we play the music, what we do with the music, how we spice it up. And like I could get away with dropping some EDM tracks every now and again, like probably not big room bangers, but I could drop like deep house tracks or remixes to that kind of music. So it all depends on like the room that's there and your crowd. The crowd is the most important people. Other people that you have to watch out for is like the bartenders, because they're always listening and they're the people who are going to give you reviews. So it is important to kind of figure out who's in that room, who's listening at any moment. You always want to be dropping fire. Like even if it's dead, you don't want to just play crap music or put a mixtape on, because that's always going to trickle down. People are going to know that you're not that into it, or like you don't care, or you think you're too good to be dropping tracks right now because it's not busy. But like you should never do that, because you're going to get a reputation, and your reputation will always follow you around no matter what. So I'm just going to go down my my fire crates. This is my new structure that I'm using right now, like as of this year. This is what I go out to play with. I have so many other crates that I can always dig into, and I know because I've played with those crates for years. Like I know what's where, but this is my new style for this year. This is how I'm going about it. So I have like this is my EDM folder right here: After Hours, Big Room, Deep Future, Tech, Bass House. So all of my like EDM stuff I just keep at the top, because normally I guess how I think about it in my brain is it's faster, higher BPM. It should be at the top, because it's like my sliding scale is like how the tempo goes. Like low tempo's down here, moves up. That's just how I think about it. You have to think about how your brain works. What works for one person is not going to work for the other, like another person. It has to be how your brain works. All of our brains are like wired the way they're wired. The most important thing is that we know where our music is, and like how we can pull it out at any given moment. So essentially I have my After Hours here. It's not updated, so let's just update it with you guys here so we can see how I probably updated this one time, because where I'm from, we're still in lockdown, and I actually get to do my first event this weekend, so I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, here we go. Talking and working is not my forte. So After Hours, I don't have that much more in here, but I have a bit. So more tracks in here, and what do I have in here? I have like After Hours is like, to me, it's house music, but it's like that background house that is just like a vibe. You'd play it at late night. It's not like pumping. You're not fist pumping to it, but they're just like good tracks. So this track I know It has no vocals on it, and it's just like a background house track. I don't know if you guys can hear this. So hopefully you guys can hear that. I might have to change a couple settings for the next episode. I'm always going to run down crates. So make sure you can drop comments. Like if you guys have questions, always drop comments and I can always address your questions. I'll answer them myself personally, or I can make a complete new video about that topic. But pretty much like you heard that vibe. This is like the vibe mover. Even though it says after hours, I could probably play this at the start of the night because there's nobody there. We don't need to be like fist pumping or anything like that. People just want a nice vibe, and it depends on that room. Like the room that I'm in is very housey and stuff like that. My big room is just like the opposite of that. This is the house music that is like pumping. And if you see my music here, I color code all my music as well so that I don't even have to think about it. Like I know green is like, this is the future, the tech base. And even though I have that in a crate, like this is something that I could just maybe stick inside this this crate and play tracks from it and kind of like go over all the genres where I don't have to dig into any other crates because it's not like a tech house crowd. I can't play this all night. It's just very sporadic, but it's a way for me to differentiate the music, and depending on like what the remix is, like Mercy here. So it's very techy, and it is still like a banger. So I just have it in my big room. It'll also be in this tech bass house too. It's just like how it is. I have doubles. I know people say never have doubles, but for me, like, space is free. Like hard drive space is free. I don't need to like not have the music if I ever wanted it. As long as it's a big track, it's always going to be dope. Deep future house is like, that's the deep stuff as well, kind of the same as after hours, but a different kind of vibe. This is more like vocal music. Just that same vibe, that like kind of starter music. I might be able to get away with this during like peak hour because it is a big track, like a big remix, but it all has its time and its place, and you have to know your music. That's the first like key. Always know your music. Don't just have stuff in here that you don't know about. Tech and bass house, like as I said, this is like the cranker stuff. This is the hard stuff. It's gonna be hard to like get away with that all night, so I only have a very few select tracks that I know are bangers. Jersey Club, if you guys don't know Jersey Club, check it out. These crates aren't updated. I probably have a bit more in here, but I'm actually really working on right now only taking like the biggest tracks and putting them in my crates. I say all killer, no filler, and I would like advise you guys to do that. Don't have so much music in there that's just all in there, but if you do, make sure you are so like selective and sorted. If not, you're gonna get lost and you're gonna lose your way. Festival trap, I got my trap here, and that's a very slow tempo, but it still fits in with EDM, so that's kind of how I have it here. So I got after hours, deep room, big room, deep future house, tech bass, down to trap. And then I have like a cool down segment right in the middle. Like if I gotta people need a break or something, I just drop tracks from here. And what's cool down music? Let's pick like a high tempo track. 125 cool down music. Just that background vibe that's like if people need to take a break and they've been dancing all night, because you don't even want them to be like raging all night. They're gonna run out of energy. They're gonna get burnt out. This is a thing, like it's a wave, man. You got to take people on this wave, go up, and like the energy. This is the energy wave that you want to keep people on. Take them to a high, let them dip down a bit again. Take them back up, drop it down a bit. Take them right back up until you like they can't go anymore, and then you crash them to the ground. For me, I would start playing like hip hop, like deep hip hop cuts, and go from there and like work the energy back up, man. Because with hip hop, you're not fist pumping at all. Like you're just dancing and vibing. and that's how I got it. I have a party starter crate right here, so nothing but bangers. Like if I'm ever stuck or for some reason, or I don't know what to do, I just go into this crate, pick a party starter, and no matter what I'm doing at any moment, people are gonna jump up. Bad Habits, Ed Sheeran, Sexy Bitch remix. Like, come on, guys, you can't beat that. Next, I just got top 40 hits. So like, what are the hits right now? What's going on? What are people playing in the club? Like, this is just the absolute hits. Like, this is the TikTok track. At any moment, I can just play that track. Everyone's gonna know it. Everyone's gonna vibe. And then I got Tropical Moomba Smashers. This is very niche. I don't know if you guys be playing Tropical Moomba, but it's something that I like. Just kind of like background music. Realistically, that's an Afro beat, but it kind of fits into that vibe. Let's check this one, All Star. Very like low vibe. That probably shouldn't be in here either because that's not a smasher, but people will know this and they'll sing to it. Even though it's low vibe, people know this track and they're gonna rage to this track. Then I start getting into the hard stuff. Moombahton, the Moombahton tracks. If you guys don't know what Moombahton is, it's killer. That's more twerk, but it's like essentially the same genre. Moombahton's more like, I'd say, reggae drums, but it's got the same exact vibe as twerk. Twerk is just a little bit harder, and it's the music girls twerk to. Dancehall, you guys should know that dancehall reggae. Hip hop, just straight hip hop bangers. We've got Mary J. Blige in here, Drake, Lil Wayne, Doja Cat, all the Doja Cat. Gotta have the Doja Cat. Latin. Lounge music. This is just like the same thing, background music. So you saw this in my Tropical Moomba Smashers, but realistically this is more of a lounge vibe. And this is just the same thing whether you're in a lounge period. If I was at like a restaurant, I wouldn't dip too far outside of this style music period. But in a club, for lounge, it's the same thing. Like, nobody's around, just play some lounge music, some nice stuff. Poolside music, like the name says it. And it's got same thing here, Peru. The tracks are here, have them here again. It's just how my brain works, like what vibe I'm looking for at that time. I don't really care that there's doubles because it does. Like, it can fit into all these different genres. It's not just one kind of genre. Transition and tools. I got a lot more of these. Let's just pull some more in so you guys can see what they look like. Transition tools. Oh, I don't yet. I've got some updating to do. No, that's it. So transition is just going from 1 BPM up to another BPM. So you're going from 1 BPM, taking it up, and this is a way that like you can transition to different genres. You could go from like hip hop, 98 BPM, all the way up to 118 and do a house set right after that. Make sure you got tools. Like, tools make you sound sick. And then acapellas. I just got acapellas here for making my own remixes on the fly. So if anyone has any questions, always drop them in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. We just getting started. This is the DJ Connect. And if you want to be part of the private community, I go live every single Wednesday, 2 p.m. I teach DJing for free. Let's go, family.